People have to wonder, where does Sunny Hostin get her opinions?
Yeah.
Like you said, it's obviously from her husband. She has to tell her what to say in The View, because without it, she's got nothing up there. She's not very bright. But the problem with her is that she went full race.
Greetings from All-Star Buzz. We appreciate you being here. Let's dive in. Sunny Hostin, one of The View's most outspoken and controversial voices, recently found herself at the center of a scandal so bizarre, it seemed straight out of a satirical novel. Known for her fierce stance on racial justice, reparations, and identity politics, Sunny has built a reputation as a moral authority. So when she appeared on PBS's Finding Your Roots, where celebrities explore their ancestry, many expected her family history to align with her public persona. But the shocking revelation left Sunny and the internet reeling. It turns out her ancestors weren't oppressed immigrants. They were slave owners. Yes, you read that right. The same woman who has long criticized the legacy of slavery discovered that her own family benefited from it.
Sounds like a town. We're in Sunny Hostin. She was on PBS's Finding Your Roots, a show dedicated to researching celebrity ancestry. For context, Sunny is a staunch supporter of reparations and has made a fortune spewing nonsense about white privilege and racial justice. Well, turns out she's not as oppressed as she claims she is. She's actually the descendant of slave owners from...
The revelation left her stunned and speechless. As she sat with genealogist Henry Louis Gates Jr., Sunny was forced to confront a painful truth. Her family's wealth was built on the very system she spent years opposing. How did she respond? Pure shock and disbelief. My family wasn't originally Spanish or slaveholders, or so I thought. To keep up with more Hollywood gossip, don't forget to like and subscribe. The words seemed almost foreign as Sunny Hostin stammered through them, and the room fell into an awkward silence. In an attempt to save face, she casually mentioned how her children would find the discovery interesting. But the damage was done.
Oh, I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. And I think it's great for our children to know this information. I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living. On the back.
Enter Greg Gutfeld from Fox News, who seized the moment with a joke that hit hard. Sunny Hostin's family owned slaves, he quipped, comparing it to a vegan secretly running a barbecue joint. The audience laughed, but Greg's point about hypocrisy was clear. Sunny has long criticized others for past wrongs, yet ignored the skeletons in her own family's closet. Social media quickly erupted, with memes and tweets flying. One tweet dubbed it the year's biggest narrative revelation. Some of Sunny's supporters rushed to defend her, claiming she shouldn't be held accountable for her ancestors' actions. But many criticized her for deflecting responsibility, pointing out the hypocrisy of blaming others while ignoring her own history. Greg didn't stop there, using the moment to critique identity politics. He argued that it oversimplifies complex issues and shifts focus from personal accountability.
People have to wonder, where does Sunny Hostin get her opinions?
Yeah.
Like you said, it's obviously from her husband. She has to tell her what to say in The View, because without it, she's got nothing up there. She's not very bright. But the problem with her is that she went full racist. She injected skin color into a fairly generic behavior seen in all spouses, regardless of skin color. People marry, they listen to each other, they have something in common with them, they share their political views. She just didn't want to upset her husband by saying her husband makes her do everything, and then she'd have to accuse him of being a racist. Because if he told her that this is what white women do, then he's a racist.
The real question is, should Sunny be held to the same standards she applies to others, or is it enough to acknowledge history without letting it define you? As the internet roasted her, some wondered if this revelation might lead Sunny to engage in a deeper discussion about history, identity, and her family's past, rather than brushing it off.
Quote, a lens of empathy. Debate highlights ableism in politics. Pat Fetterman can do for disability what Obama did for race.
Say what?
See, because when all else fails, use identity politics. But MSNBC's Lawrence O'Donnell went a step.
What if Sunny Hostin had said, I've discovered something unexpected about my family, and it's making me rethink my approach. Instead, she merely shrugged it off. Even her View co-hosts were left speechless. Perhaps Whoopi Goldberg was ready with a sharp-witted quip like, "Sunny, should we ask your slave-holding ancestors for a refill or get you coffee?" This moment isn't just about Sunny. It's a reminder of the dangers of arrogance and the importance of humility.
The elites are so isolated, they've forgotten that most Americans don't get paid to sit in a comfy chair pontificating about everything all day. Nope, some of us are cameramen whose names I don't know. But maybe one day when we finally strip away this phony race war, it will finally expose this elite mentality. We'll find out Sunny is just like Marie Antoinette, except she says, "Let me eat."
History is messy, complex, and often uncomfortable. That's why we must approach sensitive topics with dignity, self-awareness, and an open mind. As Greg Gutfeld wisely pointed out, when you spend your life hunting for racism, it might just find you, right in your own family tree. What comes next for Sunny Hostin? Will she confront the irony head-on, or continue as if nothing happened? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. This story will be a hot topic for a long time.
I make fun of The View a lot, but that's only because they keep talking. Those hens are always clucking. They get to say stupid stuff for an hour every day, and then I get to say stupid stuff for an hour every day, except on purpose. But every now and then, one of those dingbats inadvertently says something that reveals modern liberal thought so perfectly, it deserves further study. You know, like a weird serpent that washed up on the beach and you want to poke it with a stick.